Right, hang on, sorry. So what am I doing? Um, yeah, how's everyone doing, dude? It's like, where's... it's the weekend, bruh. So again, like Katie's done like another video. Like, she no, she had never a post. So she got like an ugly like, dog. So sorry going MIA on his channel videos resume. And it's like 2 weeks ago. Forgive me for abandoning you guys. New upload tomorrow. And I want to read the comments. It's okay, Queen. We miss you. Next time, make it stay. Capiche? It's okay. Social media is not real life. You're human with priorities. It's understandable. But fuck this. Fuck all this like milquetoast shit. It's just a narcissist. Who gives a shit? So I don't think she's done anything new. Not that I'd expect her to. Not even on a stupid, shitty like other channel as well, like fucking a reaction one. But anyway, here we are, the weekend. Get to see my kids tomorrow. It's be fun. So yeah, I was like biting myself in the ass because I had realised I wasn't using the right camouflage.
Freeze. No way.
Dude, what are you doing here? What you doing up here, penis neck? Oh, that is tickety boo. Oh wait, that is. Oh, that is fucking tickety boo, dude. Oh god. Damn it. So he's got one now.
What's wrong?
very, very quiet. Time to find OnlyFans to go. Oh, I could try and get that guy again.
Don't shoot!
Nice. Wait. Wait. Did I get it? Okay. Didn't feel like I got it. No. Oh, he's dead. Oh, I didn't get him. Alright,
Hey, this works.
Hey, this works.
Saving a game, Snake?
Saving the game. What?
Snake, have you seen Earth versus the Spider?
Nope.
Earth versus the
It's a
spider.
spider that suddenly mutates into a giant
Chewy
monster.
gives you
They
more.
bring it into the city in a state of
More
hibernation.
outfit
But if
choices
this
with
second
20
starts hurting
kilogers.
things.
Like, a lot of them just
So why did
either
the
assume
spider
their kids
turn
aren't
evil?
accessing bad things,
I
or
told
they
you,
just
it
don't.
suddenly
What is she
turns.
drinking? She's drinking some fucking weird ass, like some drink some gay guy would have made. This is some yellow can full of like shitty slugs. Like gay water.
Honestly, why even bother? Look, the
And no one cares, Kay. No one cares about your fucking milquetoast takes. No one cares. Weak is gone now. We don't like weakness. Weakness is for pussies.
Suspend your
It's time for the blood of the wheel to spin. Time for blood. Time for blood. Oh, I didn't even hear any of that. I think I'm fighting the fire guy now. Yeah, look. Fuck these bats up, man. Fuck these bats.
Disgusting.
Ah, shit. I had to do it, dude. Is there anything else, dude? What should I do? I just blam this motherfucker. I don't need to use the fucking. I'm just gonna fucking blam this motherfucker. Just gonna fucking blam this motherfucker, dude. So it is cool as fuck. Seriously. This guy is really cool. Like seriously, he's cool as fuck. But this game is really goddamn good. This is just my biggest problem with it. It's just like it just didn't need to be made. Uh, Although I am actually enjoy, I do actually kind of just now I'm playing it again, and I've also realized. So to give you context, look how shit this game is when you change it from performance to quality mode. Look how this runs. So when I played this the first time, I played it like this. I kid you not. I played it like this. I was just like, is this the game then? And it felt fucking horrible. This feels horrible to play. And it wasn't until like, I was just fucking around the options, and it's like, there's a graphics thing, and I was like, oh, I'll just change it to performance mode. And that now look how it runs. It looks insanely better. It's like not doing 60, but it's probably doing like close. And I'm not even joking. Like I found that out. Um, it was like halfway through doing like the hard mode. And look how many of the fucking stupid pachinko things. There's so many of them I haven't got. It's just fuck that. I can't be bothered to do it. It's just it's one of those. I don't think I ever got the stealth camouflage in this. It's just something I was never able to get. It's again, it'll never be something I'll be able to get. In my honest opinion, you should just be able to fucking get the camo for just completing the game on like European extreme mode. You'd think that that sounds fair, doesn't it? No, no. No. And how'd you get the camouflage and thingy on the first game? Oh, you just save Meryl or Autocon, so you just complete the game. In the second one, I can't remember how you do it. I don't think that was very easy as well. I think in that one's like this the amount of dog tags or something you get. But it was very hard. It just made it really difficult. And it's like, okay, fine, just can't get the stuff. Just can't get the bandana. Not really as if ammo is ever really that big of an issue. But I am actually kind of looking forward now. I started like watching. I've been very careful because I've been getting some recommendations on my YouTube to watch Metal Gear Solid 4 cutscenes. I was just like, no, I'm gonna just save it. I'm gonna save it because Metal Gear Solid 4 is its own trip, and I actually can't remember that game 100%. And the one reason why is because there's no way to play it. There's just no way to play it. I'm not gonna buy a PS3. I just don't. I'm not gonna do it. So being able to actually play it and stream it will actually be kind of really cool because I think that'll be like one of the first times you could be able to do that because streaming didn't exist in PS3 times. People could do like let's play games, but they wouldn't do it like as streaming, like because there's no. Even that was like that wasn't even really a PS4 thing to be fair. Actually, it did. I think the PS4 still had a stupid share button. I just think all that shit didn't really take off as much as Sony thought. They put so much of this like bullshit into like, all this like crap. Like, if your friends want to watch you play, they'll have the ability to just watch you play. And I was like, I don't think is that ever happens. I had friends like who used to just like because they were ashamed of how long they'd be playing for. They'd play, but they'd be appear offline. I was like, we all know the trick. Because there's like, other ways you can find out. Just like you can work out like from like the last time they played a game or some shit. It was like some stupid, but they just didn't think about it. So if you like knew the game that they were playing, you could actually like, work out if they were actually playing or not. They'll just be like appear offline, but the last time we played was like 8 hours ago. How did that happen? And also, I'll probably give Peace Walker a good look, because I don't think I really did play that. So, like I said, I think I know Peace Walker 5 is effectively just like it's just Metal Gear Solid 5, like, and it came out on like the PSP, and I think I remember being in like, because I sort of fell out with Sony during the PSP era, because they were just trying to obviously jump onto like the Nintendo bandwagon. And I don't think anyone really. Everyone's got like a hard on for the PSP now because it's just like it's just a it's like a example of like what things used to be, how nice things were, and you had something like a PSP, and it was just basically like a small little handheld device, but you could watch movies, play games on like physical discs. I had like a little camera, which is just like it wasn't super amazing, just like a little cheap little camera. Um, and yeah, like just had like it just had like physical buttons as well. I think that's something that people really like about. It actually got like physical keys you can push. It actually like, made the gaming quite fun. But actually, when the PSP first came out, and this is the zeitgeist people don't remember, it didn't do very well. It didn't do very well. I remember my friend was like the only one who got one out of all of us. We all had DSs, and he had the PSP, and he bought it. He got it was like his birthday, and his dad. I remember it was so fucking hilarious. He had got probably given like £230 birthday money, and his dad like drove us into town. He was like, and then like on the way back, he was driving us back. He was like, "What you got done?" And "Oh, look, I got a new PSP." Even I just remember just thinking, like, "Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's just because it was just because it was competing against the fucking Nintendo. This is what the zeitgeist is. You can't like just look at it and be like, oh, if the PS, even if it did just come out like now, I'm telling you, it's just like it was too expensive. So I'm just gonna give you an example. It was too expensive. The Nintendo DS was something like £120 or something back then, and that came with like a game as well. Um, the PSP, it was like I think it usually did come with a game, but it was just like again, it was just like that extra premium. It was like 250 £250, like, and you get like accessory case, PSP, and like a fucking game or some shit. And he bought that. I just remember going to game with him, and he got it. Um, and he got like this. It was like a kind of like it was like a sort of Final Fantasy-esque game, like that kind of like it was like a 2D sprite kind of base game, but it just had like 3D components to it. It was just not the sort of game I would ever have played. So like I was just really turned off by it because like even when I came around, I just didn't ever want to play it because I was like, "What games do you have?" And it was just like, "Oh, I just only have this one." I was just like, "Oh, I just don't," because he had that and he had the DS as well, and he had an Xbox 360. That's what I'm saying. He was like I was the same as well. Like, I'm not like gonna pretend I was poor. I wasn't. I was like, I'm not like, I'd say like, I was like middle class. Like, my mum didn't have to work, but that was only because my dad got his house really cheap because my uncle basically built my house to my dad for cost because he was a property owner. Again, I'm not gonna like pretend that that was again. So like, I'm gonna be very transparent with you. I mean, my uncle, he was incredibly wealthy. He was an absolute multi-millionaire, but like, and he's unfortunately he's passed away now. But um, I never went sniffing around for it, nor do I ever think I'm owed any of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just thought I was very aloof with my uncle, my dad's brother. He had a falling out with him. I just thought that's fine. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get involved. But he did. He had like a reputable business, property business. He was a builder. He built it. And you know what's really funny? My friend, I had an old best friend, and his dad was an architect. He actually worked with my uncle indirectly before I even knew him. I don't want to like dox my name. He was like, "Oh, is your I- if you I because we were near on a we went on a pub crawl where we live, and there was a building that I think it used to be like an old house, but it was like decrepit as fuck, and it was being sniped. It was being weighed on, and eventually, I think whoever bought was in it died, and they put it on market, and they tore it down, and they were just going to build apartments there because that's the most cost-effective thing to do. So when it was like being built, they obviously put up all of the sort of like there's a wooden slats that you put around the building site because obviously the building site's gonna be dangerous. You don't want people to go and wander in there. And it normally has like the logos of the firm and then any other affiliates with that building program. And it had like I'm not gonna say because it was but it had like my uncle's business and then it had my like dad's like my friend's dad's like business. I can't remember. I don't think it was his business, but he was just an architect, so he was on very good money. And he was like, "Yeah, I think I remember working." I said, "Yeah, I have worked with him a few times." I said, "What's for well?" But unfortunately, yeah, he passed away recently. I think he had was it cancer? No, I can't. I don't think it was cancer. No, he died during COVID. No, no, my granddad died during COVID, and my uncle died recently. Yeah, that was it. And it's like no one told my dad because my dad just is completely aloof with his family. They had like a big falling out. So as far as I'm concerned, my nan's still alive, and she's the last of my like of that generation. But like, I'm not like bitter about that. I'm like fucking. I'm nearly 30. Next month, I'm 35. It's like still. It's. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not. It's like that's what I mean. I lost my. Well, obviously I've lost my granddad. I didn't even know, but I knew nothing about him. I knew nothing about him. I met him like, whoa, when I was really young. I have not seen him since like before I was like after the age of like 7 or 8. So as far as I'm concerned, I just have no relationship with him. As for my nan, I got like some really yeah on my dad's side, just like really faint memories. I can barely even remember what she looked like, or my granddad. On my dad's side. My grandparents on my mum's side, I was very close with, but like I wasn't like again. They died, but I wasn't like I was upset, but I wasn't like I didn't feel like they'd been stripped from me. I was like 29. No, I was like I can't remember now when my nan went. How did my nan go? I don't remember actually. I can't remember. But it was just mental. It was mental. No one expected my granddad to outlive my mum, my gran, considering all the shit he'd gone through. He went to like he wasn't in the war, but he was in the army and he was in like the campaign in Cyprus. There was like one skirmish that happened in Cyprus, and my granddad was in there. I don't think he didn't obviously. I think that there was like I think there were people who did die in that, but my granddad obviously wasn't like directly affected by it, at all. But he was there. He was like that was his like main campaign, if you were. Um, I think that's right. Cyprus. Is that right? Well, British Cyprus. Um, hmm. No, that can't be right. My granddad's not that old. I can't. It might not be Cyprus. I'm really bad. I should remember this. He was. He would have been active in the 60s, like 60s, 70s. It wasn't Cyprus. It's like there was another like place which we had. They were like starting to go and we were like giving back loads to the Commonwealth, and we were just like there's a lot of like people, disputes and stuff going on. But he was like located there. Um, but he like smoked cigarettes when he was like 12. Nothing happened to him. It's all like lies. We've all been lied to. It's all bullshit. Cancer's just some bullshit, man. Cancer's just like everything can just give you cancer, and I think cancer's just genetics. This is what you've been told. It's all bullshit. All actual bullshit. Because how on earth did my granddad smoke cigarettes until he was like 86? No, he was like 87. And he never ever had an issue with anything to do with smoking. He never had a problem. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Like, oh, he was unable to eat when he was like 85. He's fucking 85. I mean, he was doing pretty well. I mean, I went to his place because my parents went on holiday for 2 weeks. No, like a week. Yeah, that was it. They went on holiday for a week. And they said, "Do you mind doing a favor and just going and see my grandparents? Go see granddad every 2 times in that week. Just check up on him." I said, "Yeah, I don't mind." I think I like went Monday and Friday because I was like in between jobs. I got the bus down there. Oh God, I remember it was like this time of the year as well. It was fuck off hot. And I remember like I was wearing my jogging gear. 'Cause, like he's not like immediately close to the bus route. There's a little bit of distance. When I say a little bit of distance, I say it's probably like a mile. So I was just like, fuck that, I'm just gonna run it. Went into the Tesco's, no, it was a Sainsbury's, and I was like, bought like this paper, and I was like, flabbergasted how fucking expensive papers are. Man was like, just go buy your granddad a paper, keep it occupied. I was like, yeah, no problem, man. So what the fuck is this? It's like £2.60 for a paper. I'm not joking, £2.60 for a fucking paper. It's absolutely not good enough. Because you just can go on X, you just get it for free. They got some bullshit like, oh, to be completely honest with you, this is another thing the Jews have like lied to you about. If you have to like get your opinion from say somebody, because that's your argument, why am I paying like £2.70 for this? Well, inputs because you're getting it like digested by these Oxford uh Oxford's studied journalists who have obviously been able to take this information and are going to like really, really smartly and put it in a nice way, so we're all going to feel really clever and we'll understand. Do you know what I mean? It's like no, 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 no. You need to be like, you don't want to be doing that at all. If anything, this is what I always try and say to most people, even myself. But that's why you should listen to me, because I'm telling you this. You should always be really critical about like what you're getting your sources from. Just that's why I told you, like that's why I love X so much. The reason I want X so much is because there's loads of shit I can say which like I wouldn't be able to say on any other platform. Nothing that's like incriminating, but even just like just making jokes about black people or Jews would get you fucking like kicked off. Like Instagram or like fucking Facebook. It's also just you can see the raw information. I don't like listening to like things when they're being told by someone, a talking head. Do you know what I mean? If that happens, I normally just end up like making fun of the person who's talking because I'm just gonna be like hypercritical of like them and like they're gonna be under such a they're gonna be under such a wonder like a uh magnifying glass. I'm just gonna be like super because if you're gonna like you're gonna like telling me what I should be thinking. You're gonna have to make sure you're like very very like self-aware of yourself. A lot of times these people aren't. So like, every time I like listen to Pearl Davis because I just think like I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because like, at least she like, does like just chastise women. But then I'm just like the answer to the question. If I like, actually did honestly go to her and just say that, like, look, Pearl, I know what has to be done. She said, what is it? I was like, we need to ban women off social media. She will have loads of reservations with it. Because, or she might not, but she just knows it won't happen. So she'll just, like, blindly, like, agree with me. But actually, she's just like aware that like no one's gonna actually care, or like, no one's gonna actually like listen to me because it's just such a crazy idea that she knows she doesn't want it to happen. Because if it did happen, like she would get fucked. Like let's just say like tomorrow, I was able to put like a mandate out, we just banned all white women specifically from like social media. Like if you're Indian, black, or like Chinese, you can still go on it. If it's just white women, we're gonna protect them, and we're just gonna say no, 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 no. We just think it's not good. Because when women go on the internet, they're like literally, even like Ahmed from like the Middle East, he can talk to you. Her, why is that any different from her like going into like a bar and just like meeting Ahmed? She can't physically get raped, but she can get like manipulated, convinced, and brainwashed. It's how you gotta start thinking about it. And they'll tell you that the women will tell you, and like Jews will tell you, and all the people who want to make exploit the women, they're gonna lie and say no, 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 that's taking away their power, it's taking away their freedom, blah 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 blah. It's like no, 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 it's not. We're trying to protect them. They can still learn and educate and stuff, but it's going to be done in a more controlled method. They don't have to go to like social media, and they don't have to like speak with loads of people across the globe because we just have to accept they're easily manipulated, and we don't want them to like go on a forum and it's full of like stupid Muslim women from like Gaza, and they're just going to keep showing videos of I don't know, Like stupid Muslim women getting blown up and shit, and it's just they're gonna like we shouldn't need to worry about that. In all honesty, we shouldn't have to worry about it. Our women especially shouldn't need to worry about it. That's not their MO. Humans weren't designed for that. Well, women weren't, especially. Men can. Men can look at that and we'll just go, "Oh, that is pretty bad." But we get over it. For women, it's not. I think it's like when men watch something like if I was when I was a kid and I remember like I watched something like a horror movie and I was thinking I was probably I even then would know I was probably too young to see that. And I was like I could just tell that that's gonna be something that's gonna play on my mind now forever. Like it's like scarred in my brain. So I think I went around my friend's house and we watched Poltergeist when I was like I'm not even joking. We must have been like 12, 13 most. And it's like a fucking like 18 movie. It's like absolutely disgusting as shit. It's not, even to this day, it's probably still one of the most like fucked up movies I've ever like out there. Just because it like plays on like everything that's safe to you. So especially if you're like someone like me, who's like I'm a real introvert. So like for me, my home is like very important to me, and that's like my real safety zone. So the idea of just a film where you've got like these like Native American spirits like fucking with like your stuff in your house. It's just that's like the most fucked up thing. That's why like when you get burgled, it's the worst thing. Because when you get burgled, initially when you go in, you're like, oh my god, what's been stolen? And you just like feel violated that like yeah, they've stolen your PS5 and they've stolen your like, games and stuff. But then you get like it's again, you get the secondary like problems afterwards. It's like you start feeling safe in your own house, and you just don't. And you're like, what have they done? What have they touched? Did he go in my like in my underwear drawer? Did he like, have a shit in my toilet? It's all these like things that you start thinking about. Someone's just been like rummaging around in your clothes. Did they steal any like documents? Or, and then after that, you get like the paranoia. So it's just you start to think like everyone's like you don't know who to trust. Was it Greece? No. Cyprus. I keep thinking it is Cyprus. I just don't know. Uh, so yeah, like Metal Gear Solid 4. It's gonna be fucking dope as hell, dude. Yeah, I was like that. I saw like, because it's like that's what you do. That's what I'm saying. It's like you don't almost like feel bad, or you kind of do, but it's like I suppose it isn't really their fault. But like what I'm trying to say is if let's say on the moon there was like a really advanced race of like super amazing, like super humans. They were like I said, 1.5 times smarter than YE, 1.5 times taller, 1.5 times like just bigger and stronger and smarter. And they also had like access to like technology and the infrastructure just was like much better. Like they just had like they had like flying cars and they just had like teleporters and stuff and like VR machines and they just had machines that you could just make any food you want, right? So let's say like you're an enemy of that place and you were jealous of them. What you would do is you would like find there's like some kind of like there's some kind of like loophole in the law, which effectively means like, oh, you can abuse a system like a type visa or some kind of system. And what happens is that you can like import a white person into that like new like race of the blue people. And because again of the way that this law of the blue people was written 1,000 years ago, that person who's me, the white person in it, who's now come in to that like new place, I'm now like given the same powers as these blue people. And then not only that, but what's happened is all the blue people, the women especially, the blue women, they've all been like listening to like loads and loads of like TV and movies and stuff that like the white people have been making, and it's been showing like all the like blue men to like be like really, really evil, and so it shows all the white guys to like be really kind and really smart, and like they're gonna like, look after the blue woman. So all the blue women, and actually they vote because they've had like dating experiences with like the blue men, but because of feminism and hypergamy, they've all been basically just dating the worst men, which is like the top 10% of the men. So what happens is all like 90% of the women just fuck the top 10% of the blokes, and they all just end up getting like cheated on with each other. And then they enter the workforce, and then they have a massive chip on their shoulder about like the blue guys. So then someone like me, they just out of spite will like make me become like the CEO, or like make me become like the leader, or like the mayor of like the town. And then once I've become the mayor, I can start to like put in my own doctrine, and I start to like open up other ways. And then loads of like, other like white people can start to come in, and they have exactly the same thing. And the blue women are like again they just love us because we're like the underdogs. They just love us because they want to spite the blue men, and then the blue men they're gonna start to like harbor resentment towards me because they just feel like that I'm being given special perks, and like if anything ever happens, I just call up the blue police, and then the blue police arrest the blue guy, and not me. And then like anytime like there's any issues with myself, if I need any help, I can just go to charity and I'll get like a brand new house or something like that. Or if any job I'm in, I'm always going to be like given the promotion and stuff because of like DEI and things. And that's just what it's like. That's what it's like. This is basically what happens. A lot of it is just women. It's a lot of it. If we just didn't have women, just didn't have the vote. None of this vote. But we have to for some reason.
On Hulu. Family is a streamer known for her fearless IRL challenges and an infectious anything can happen attitude. Wait, what? I don't even know
I,
what the episodes are.
again, I'm just gonna say this.
Cook.
This shouldn't get me in trouble because I'm not calling to action at women at all. Because there's lots of women I look at and I don't think this view. So this is why I gotta say to you. So this is why we gotta like really nip this in the bud. It's because we've got equality at the moment, right? And what does equality mean? It means that I can treat women and men the same. They're the same. Which means like so if I, for example, said, oh, you know, Asmongold's got a really punchable face. You probably think like, oh, that's okay, yeah, I get that. But if I said, oh, extra Ellie, she's got like a really punchable face, you would probably report me and say like, oh, I'm a misogynist, and like, and that really makes you think, doesn't it? Because again, going back to like the things that people don't want you to do, sometimes when there's things that are like stupidly restricted, you actually gotta like think like, is there a reason, and that's warranted. So here we go. This is the critical thinking. Um, murder. Well, murder's not good, is it? Because you shouldn't really kill someone. But like, punching people. You don't really kill people, do you? And pain is a really good teacher. So, but what's the downside of it? Well, people are upset. Well, who cares? Okay, just have to like get stronger, or you gotta like just get over it. This is what I'm saying to you. It's like we've just gone backwards. It's just I get murder, that's fine. I can get it when it gets too far, perhaps. But it's like I think sometimes it's just good just to like maybe just have so get that risk that at any time in society someone could just give you a wallop, and if it's not like if it's under good standing, that's just you either have to be able to defend yourself, or just not be an idiot. Do you see what I mean? Just don't be obnoxious and annoying. You don't have to worry about it. If you're going to be like antisocial, obnoxious, or in any way kind of promote that attitude, and that's what I'm saying about this extra Emily, because I know her like that content. She's driving a car and trying to kill people. It's not funny. That's what I'm saying to you. That's why when I say she's got a hittable face, she does. Because she just has no remorse or no care. She's just a classic fish-eyed, like Chinese greedy woman who just like massive narcissist, just thinks that everyone loves her. She's so fun just because she gets numbers. Because again, these women are like, oh, such narcissists. She just loves the idea of just going online, just getting her fuel, getting her narcissistic fuel from just going online. And she doesn't know who these people are who are talking to her. She doesn't even want to know who they are. She wants to live in this delusion that she can like imagine who they are. She in her brain will imagine they're going to be like mega chads. It's going to be like Ryan Gosling. It's going to be like Tom Cruise. It's going to be all the really good looking dudes. It's not. It's going to be like Pakistanis, Indians, and probably Africans. That will be who they'll be. Or like the most fucking chopped loser white guys, like proper like the ones that we probably don't mind getting cold out of the tube for. Same like the mud sharks. Everyone, all black people always go, you're just coping, whitey. You're just coping because all your white chicks just want to like gag on our dick. And it's like, no, they don't. They really don't. I really don't see it that often at all. Um, and it's like a lot of people have said as well. It's like there's one thing of it just being a date or just like a sort of. Sometimes you get like these white women who just have like a phase where they just like want to like fuck like a black or like some like different race. But it's the marriage. That's the massive thing. That's what people are saying. It's like you don't rarely ever get like marriages from like people, and same with like even like the kids as well. It's really not that big. It's the Jews are just trying to like make it seem like it's really normal. It's not. I do see it every now and then, but it's not that often. I'll be honest. Like where I'm at, like there's plenty of kids that I'm happy that are being born, and most of them are like just white, and they're just white couples. If I do see like other races of the kids, it's normally like they've got like black. It's like two black parents or like two Indian parents. Like, do you know what I mean? It's actually not rare. I see like a kid like a mom. It does every now and then happen, but it is always exactly the type of women that you think it will be. It is always just like really fat. Really like fat or like just not very attractive at all. It's just you can just tell a black guy just doesn't. He's just so horny. He doesn't care, and because she's white, it's just anything white is just gonna be better than the hottest white black girl to him. And it's like a humiliation ritual to him as well. He loves the idea, I guess, to like fuck a white woman. It's like, but like that's the problem. They're racist, so they just think that they probably think she does just look like Sydney Sweeney. Because he's just most black people are really racist. As in, like like when we like look at black people and just think they all look the same. Like, imagine that, but like with black people, and the difference with black people is that we actually do have a lot of like that diversity. With black people, there's no diversity. It's like black hair, black eyes, black skin. Great. With white people, there's like absolutely loads of different styles of hair, and like types of hair, and like colors of eyes and hair. Freckles, all this stuff. It's just so stupid. But yeah, it looks like Extra Emily's got like a fucking TV show, dude.
Yeah. I don't even know what the episodes are. Wait, okay. Cooking without seeing, hearing, or speaking with Aiden and Cinna? What the? 53 minutes? Oh my god. Okay. Forcing Tita not to dress like an American. Yeah, basically they...
Yeah, exactly. This is just Negro content. This is what I'm telling you. So just like you gotta think, this is all being like really commercial, manufactured by Jews. I'm just having a look at all the thumbnails, and there's like no white people in it at all. This is what they've done. It's so like parasitic. Is that she's like a Chinese woman who she won't even really probably actually think she's American because she knows deep down she's not. She's Chinese. She knows there's a whole country of people in China who look like her, and she's Chinese. But she's gonna like pretend she's American because by some legality she is. She's got a piece of paper, but everyone knows she's not. I know she's not. Well, just most people with like a triple digit IQ will just know that she's not. Same like when you look at a black person, like even like Asian people when they see American, African Americans, they're not. They don't think they're actual Americans. They just think they're Africans. Everyone knows that. There's Africans that aren't supposed to be there. They were brought like at the very like sort of end of like America like development, and it's just now and we're stuck with the Americans are stuck with them. Fucking stuck with them. It's like they're retarded. They shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be there. They should be returned. Just give them back. Just take them back to Africa. They've had like $2.4 trillion of aid. So that's their like reparations. Just take them back and then just leave it for like 10 years and see what happens. And we'll take over. And we'll turn it into something amazing. White people will be able to really do something amazing with it. We'll invite the Japanese over as well, because the Japanese like need loads of space. Or we could just do loads of like have like a great time. Japan and Europe and Australia and America can all like work together and turn Africa into like this like the heart of Europe. It will like we can like make loads of man. We could just like I said to you, we could just turn Sierra Leone into just put loads of nuclear power stations there. It could just be a whole country. Which would just be the nuclear power station country. And so if anyone, they'll just be like, yeah, it'll probably we can try and make it as like, efficient as possible, and we'll just all have that, and then if anything goes wrong, who cares? It's just in the middle of a fucking desert. But the chance of that will be really slim anyway. This is the thing. People always be like, what was the meltdown? Yeah, what if there is a meltdown? What if anything happens? What if anything happens? What happens if you rely on oil and fucking Iran happens? Yeah, exactly. Just who cares? There hasn't been a nuclear disaster since fucking Fukushima, and that was like not really even like Japan's fault. That was like no fault of Japan, really. How are you supposed to predict a fucking earthquake was gonna, sorry, a tsunami was gonna happen? And even then, I think they did manage to get it relatively fixed because they had it built on like an island because that's the smart thing to do. You just have a nuclear power station. You put it on like in England, for example, you'd put it on like one of the many islands we've got. Even if you just put it on like one of those fucking batteries, you know what I mean? They've got like in England we've got like some of these like places to like, these little islands which have just got like a tiny like a bit of like grassland. I know like that's a bit hyperbolic, but you know what I mean? Just stick it there. It's like if anything goes wrong, it's not really that bad. But that's what you do. We just take Africa. And yeah, it's like it would either Try and turn the Sahara Desert into some giant solar panel, if that's even worth it. But while we were doing that, we would just build loads of nuclear power stations and just try and like power the whole of like Europe and Africa. It would be a monumentally, massively expensive thing, but it just who cares? It's just so I'm talking. This is what I'm saying to you. It's like everyone's looking at things from such a small perspective. That's why money is a distraction. Because the whole point of money is that you're just personally, selfishly trying to think of yourself. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at trying to like fix things from a bigger start. You're just like, I'm gonna go and get my little shekel job. I'm gonna earn like some good money. Then I can go and take a little Gorham go out, have a Gorham family, go on a little Gorham holiday, eat little Goy slop, watch Goy TV, watch Goy ball. Yeah, you know what I mean. Retire, go on Goy cruises, and just die, and that's it. That's the distraction. That's the Matrix. That's you being plugged into the Matrix. What we should be doing is like actually thinking bigger and like thinking about nationalizing and like actually just have the whole of Europe and America, Australia and Japan just have their own like currency, and we just ignore the rest of the world. We'll get like fucked over for the first couple of years, but we'll just have to like all work together to try and just get ourselves out of it. But once we actually like, because we're the only countries that actually make anything and generate most of them wealth, we'll be able to do it easily. The Jews and stuff will just lose out because we'll just change the currency instead of like there being like dollars. They'll just will be something else. See what I mean? It's like I told you. It's like that episode of Recess when TJ gets all the Mon stickers and he owns like 98% of the Mon stickers. That's what Israel have done. Israel like, owns 98% of the money, and then it's like making the rest of the world like dance around for the other 2%. And that's just causing all these hypertensions, and that's how they're able to like cause these wars. But if we just formed our own like barrier around like all the rest of like the Middle East and Africa and China and Asia, the rest of Asia and stuff, um, we would just generate most of the wealth. And South America, we would just generate most of the wealth. We could just have like our a new currency, and it would just that would trade against the dollar. So like if you wanted to like still use the dollars like over in Israel or the shekels against the dollar, they'd be worth nothing. All the dollars they have aren't just gonna be worth anything. It will just be like, sorry, we're just gonna like nationalize. So now all of the houses go back to the government. No foreign investors, I'm afraid. No foreign banks. Um, and they'll scare us by saying like if you do that it's going to cause like famine, so you're going to be impacted. We'll just have to like find a way to try and like get past it. We'll have to just have like our military men just go out and just have to try and like find a way to just convince the people to not panic and just try and like prepare for the worst. And we're just gonna have to get through it. We're all gonna have to like work together and just it might be tough and it might be scary, but we will just like not go and riot. Try to just like all come out and work together, share your amenities with each other, and just try and like we'll try and work out. See what I mean? Just try and like do it in the best interest. But like once we can do that, and then we can like start to figure out like a system of like um do you know what I mean? Because we could still have our own farmers, and our own farmers would still make stuff. Because that's the main thing, is the food war, isn't it? And the energy. Because the problem will be is we just cut ourselves off from the global banks. It's much more difficult now. It was a bit more different when like Hitler did it because we didn't have so much stuff now in terms of like we've got so many fingers and everything. Like, what I'm trying to say is that the Jews just own so much stuff. It's like if we just do it, they'll like they will it will call it. it will just be like a financial collapse. It will just be like the whatever new currency we put in will just like flatline at first. That's what I'm saying. So they'll just the point will be is they'll try to scare us by saying if we do it, you're gonna have like riots because everyone's gonna like go on their bank and it's gonna say no money, which is true. But if we're able to nationalize and we're able to self-support ourselves, which we can if we do North Sea oil, and then we just subsidize farming like hell. We could do it. We will just it's like I said to you, we'll just have to like make a few sacrifices here and there. Just maybe you won't be able to get fucking like mangoes and shitty, Asian food for a little bit. But we can make do. Like everything in Europe, we can pretty much get. And that will probably be a really good way. And that's what I'm talking about. Because then we just, it's just this is what I'm talking to you about. So money's just like kind of bullshit. It's like when you're thinking about like World War Africa, like, how much do you think that's going to cost? Trillions and trillions. It's not really something we got to think about. It's just going to be like resources. At the end of the day, I don't know. You got to remember, like a country has resources on it, and we have the buildings that we have, and we've got like electricity, and we've got water, we've got. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Sure, maybe we don't have manufacturing, but these are all things that we just have to try and think about. So like, I'm not trying to say we'd do the switch over tomorrow. It'll be like a long process, and this is what our enemies are doing at the moment. This is why like net zero is like something they're trying to implement, and this is why like they're trying to not do North Sea fracking because they don't want us to be reliant. Because they know that if we do nationalize, that they are going to be in really big trouble. And basically, all I mean by nationalizing is just you just don't really like intervene with outside. You just kind of just do everything internal, and you just try and strengthen your own country. You're not like you don't go to India to outsource. You're not going to buy like stupid Indian like IT workers and stuff. You're all just going to like it's all pro Britain, so pro UK, and then it's like you just have your own currency, and you don't need to worry about the shekels and dollars because you're not working. You're not doing that. You just got your own currency. You're just going to trade with that. So like you've got like the new pound, and it's like you trade it with the bank, the baker, and he's making you the bread, and it's like, and you're providing a service. Do you see what I mean? And it can be done. They'll boogeyman you and scare you and say it can't be done, but it can be done. It absolutely can be done. The world did that before. The only reason why they don't want you to do that is because they know they want to have like loads of, they want to have like the Chinese and the Russians, the Jews and stuff, all like have their fingers in all the pies and stuff, and all the Indians who own all the property and all the Qatarians who own all the property. We just nationalise. We just take them all back. We just take it all back. It'll be really funny. They'll be like, "Well, we're not going to give you any oil, little boy," and we're just like, "Oh, well, we've already got like North Sea oil. We don't need it." And they're like, "Okay, well, we're not gonna. You won't be able to play football anymore." I'm like, well, we're just gonna host our own football. We're just gonna have our own teams, and all the teams like Manchester and stuff will actually be people, white people who are from Manchester, and because we're all the diversity we want. Okay, well, you're not gonna get all that technology from Japan. Actually, yes, we are. Because Japan are still our friends. You're not gonna get that technology, so you're not gonna get into new games. That's just what we'll do, and we should do that instead of like GTA 6 coming out in November. Why are we giving it to Africans? Why are we going to go give it to Africans? If I was Rockstar, I'd just say fuck that. I'd say I only want to sell GTA 6 to English people. I only want to sell it to English people. If you don't live in England, because it's an English company, we don't care. And I don't care about money because again, it's nationalized. We've nationalized. You're not thinking about selling to some Indians because we're not going to let you do that. It's not the point. You're going to nationalize, or you might only be able to sell to like, as I say, other European countries, Australia, Japan, Canada, and America, and they're all going to be white. All of those will be white. All of the we're going to these are all like hypothetical. There's no Mexicans, blacks, Jews, or anything in them. All just white Christian. That's what I'm telling you. The minute it goes wrong was when we just decided like Oh, great. Yeah, we Bill Gates has just invented Windows. So let's just give it to everyone. That'd be great. Let's just give it to everyone. Let's give it to the Japanese. Sorry, the Chinese. Sell it to the Indians because Bill Gates loves that. He's loads of money, man. He's loads of money, loads of money, dude. And that's what I'm saying. That's the selfish. That's him being selfish because he he could have done. He could have said that. He could have just been like, no, you know what? I don't want this to be like a global thing. I want this to stay in a country, and I only want like. Probably wouldn't have happened back then, but he didn't. It's not like he didn't not want that. Of course not, because that wasn't the point. The Jews again basically encouraged everyone to just like sell everything to everyone for money. So you just like, yeah, let's sell it to fucking Russia. Let's sell it to like North Korea. Let's sell it to anyone. Well, not sanctioned countries, but like the BRIC countries. Any all countries who we think are our friends but are not, like India and Russia and China. Why are we doing business with China? In fact, I see extra Emily. Like, why is she even here? China are no way our friends. I never think China are my friend. I never trust the Chinese people. I just think they're all dishonest. Why are you in my country? Like, just go back to China. China's much bigger. China is much, much bigger than the UK. You do not need to be here. I don't care if your dad's rich. If your dad's rich, go be in China and be rich. That's what I'm saying to you. That's the nationalization part. You just should look at that you should just look at rich people in other countries and just say, I don't care. Your money's just not that, it's not worth the same. Or the buying power is just not the same. I don't want your money. I don't want your like money because I want to just like strengthen where I live and not give my stuff over to people who I don't feel deserve it. Because I know like if I sell it to you, you're probably gonna like just steal it. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather just have something and we just have like our own society of these things. I don't want to sell it to you. I don't want you to have my cars. I don't want you to have my like technology, all the TV shows, video games and stuff like that. The internet. I don't want to even be like talking to them on the internet. These are all things that we shouldn't even have to be doing. That's what China did right. China were right by just having it. So like when you like log into their program, like the WeChat or whatever it is, it's just like it's all just Chinese people. And it just that makes perfect sense. So why do you want to talk to a fucking American or a Russian or an Indian? Nothing ever good comes from it. And that used to just always be a thing that was normal. You play a video game and you go into a server, and then it would like put you in the server, which was like your own country. And why do they do that? It's so then that you can like have a better experience because you're going to be playing against and talking to people who are like also English. But you could go in and change it, and you could go into the Japanese one. I mean, but yeah, everyone's gonna start talking in Japanese, and you're gonna feel like stupid because you're gonna say things in English, and they're not gonna like really understand you. And that's just what like social media is. For some reason, it's just so, there's no law, or no one seems to be wanting to like put any like real rules in place to just make it so you can't um interact with these other countries. For some reason, it's like Elon selling the dream ticket of like to India. That like India will just kill themselves if they're just unable to like pretend to be white and try and get Bob and June. There's some reason there's just we're not allowed to not interact with them. Every time everyone like says, "What's the new feature we should do next?" Everyone's like, "Can we just have some kind of geofencing thing where you can just set it to America, and even if there's American Indians, well, at least we can try and get rid of them. Like, but at least it's better than just us having the people who are. There's so many of them. There's just so many Indians. People keep saying they're like, "Dude, if I ever see an Indian, I just delete it." So I just blocked them immediately.
They like take the mods and then they edit it themselves, and mine's gonna be their soil. That's cool. And then, yeah, if it does well on Hulu, then that's really good. Getting attacked by Mayahiga's animals.
cool cutscene.
That's great. That's great. And she only goes to a haunted house.
This is cool. This guy is really cool. You know what's really cool about them? They're all white. I love that. They're all white. That's why I mean, World War Africa, I think, is what we need. It's the perfect plan. Because it throws a spanner into the Jews' like plan. When we announce it, it will be very important to see how they react. They will be really against it, but it'll be very interesting to see specifically why. But it will not only be really... We basically own it. We've given them so much money. And then it will make our boys to men again. It will be like World War II. And it will be World War III. That's what I mean. It will just be World War Africa. Africa's so big. To give you context, World War II ended 30 million people. World War Africa is going to end 2.4 billion people. It's going to be like 80 times worse. That's what I mean. It's like when you watch like Mr. Beast, like seriously, like what, just think, what good does building a well in Africa really do? It doesn't do anything. It just doesn't do anything. And it just longs out the inevitable. You cannot look at Africa in 2026 after we have been throwing for 50 years gobs and gobs of cash. And it's got to a point now where, like, let's just fucking not talk about reparations, even from a personal standard, from American slaves. We're talking like $2.4 trillion in aid, and it has absolutely nothing to show for it. I'm sorry, you've had your time. This has been like your loan. Even in like the 90s, I remember watching adverts where it was like, make a shoebox and blah 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 blah. Give it to some Africa. Like, this is bullshit. Africa is just failed. It's just stupid. And it's stupid that we're just even letting it just waste. It's just bullshit. Like, who cares? And we've all been like suckered by like the TV and media and Jews to just not ever think about it. And I just even think about in history, but why did Hitler not just fucking go for Africa first? Why did he not do it? Why didn't he just fucking do it? He's an idiot. You're gonna look at me and go, well, that's ridiculous, dude. But maybe not. He could have just taken Africa, maybe, and he could have then just tried to fortify it or something. But he didn't. He went after Poland. We should have just all said that. That's what Hitler should have done. He should have just actually just got all of Europe and said, should we just all go after Africa and we can just take Africa and then we've got like a whole new playground to play with. And if that had happened, there'd be so much difference now. We just wouldn't have to worry about. And then maybe black people could act the way they did in America. But it's just at the moment, it just seems that that's the one thing that we've been told to never ever think about. And in fact, we never ever I don't think the concept of it, I think, is like so barbaric for some reason. I don't think anyone's ever even considered it. And that's why I think it is what has to be done. I've never ever seen any media or any book or any TV show or any game or anything ever, ever even like talk or even entertain the idea of like just taking over Africa, recolonizing, it's completely taking over. Just what I mean. It seems to be like any other country or nation is always up for grabs. Any other place. You can have like missions where in China, and like in Shanghai, or in like New York. You can see movies of it. There's always like the accepted places. You're never gonna see like a film where like an alien spaceship comes down, like shoots a death ray in at like the Western Wall in like fucking Israel. Never happens for some mysterious reason. You never see like a movie where it's like a zombie apocalypse and it's in Africa, and for some reason like there's loads of scenes where like all of the countries of Europe have to like just get like all their like battleships because they just know that all the zombies are starting to like literally what they're doing in Spain, just like swimming over, but because the zombies they're over to swim over the mouth of Gibraltar, and there's so many of them, they're like forming like a bridge, and there's a scene where there's like loads of like white nations with like their destroyers going. You're just seeing like hundreds of like black guys going. They don't want to make that because they don't want like loads of like white teenagers to watch it. Like, whoa, look how fun that is, and get desensitized to it. There's a reason why, like, again, all the gore sites. Every time like, I remember being a kid, I did have like a morbid curiosity of gore, and I would always notice they would always get taken down, and I was always like, why are they taken down? And I just remember like the reasons were always like really vague. It was always like we just don't allow any content of gore. But I always just thought in the back of my mind, like, but what's the law on that? What's the law on that? Can someone like explain what the law is? I suppose there's like ethics from a perspective of like the victims' families, but I think that's bullshit. Especially if it's just like some anonymous film kept footage of like some dude getting like fucking run over by a train. You cannot make out who they are. It's not. That is all, again, it's been done by our enemies because they don't want our kids, they didn't want us to like watch like these videos, especially of Indians. Because I always noticed that every time I was like watching Live Leak and like Rotten.com when it was like still out on 4chan, all the times, like, because you got to remember this is pre-smartphone. So these would be like really guerrilla videos. But it's always like every now and then you just get like, you know, something that someone is, because there'll be some cameras in like India, or it'd be like CCTV footage. It's yeah, usually it'd be like CCTV footage of like their shit, like really bad factory like practices. So usually just be like loads of footage of just seeing like Indians just like in like a processing mill, and they get one of them gets like trapped in a roller and just gets absolutely fucked in a rolling machine. Or it's just like some Indian guy, he's got a really big pole, and he's just like walking around, he like accidentally makes contact with like the electricity wire and just like fries himself. Or loads of like Indian guys who are just on a train and just like then touch like the thing on top of the train to just explode into like fire. This is why the Jews didn't want us to see that. They want us to see how retarded Indians were, so they could flood in with us. And two, they didn't want us to just like see that like when they die, like no one seems to care, and and that's almost striking to who they are as people. It's like no one cares about them. Like they've got no family or no friends, and even their own people don't care about them. They're just like they're not like people. Because there's no sense of urgency in like our country. If someone died, everyone would be like really horrified, and loads of people go to your attention. And then people's like lives would probably like be changed for their like ages, and there'd be a memory that's in their head forever. Possibly people need therapy. In India, when someone just gets like fried, there's like a bit of screaming initially, and then it just immediately just fills back up with chatter again, and just like the body's just usually on the floor, and like people have kind of gone over to it, but like I think everyone just knows they're dead, so then it's just like people just all just like kind of like I don't know, just like just yelling at each other, but there's no like urgency or like sense of like no one's crying or no one's like upset or particularly bothered. It's just another day, another thing. Do you see what I mean? It's just what like the chaos that the Jews wanted to bring in, and trying to make us eat vindaloo and like just be obsessed with curry, because they wanted us to eat the like rancid food where they like stick their finger up their arse and they put it in the curry. We need to remember this.
Yeah. So I
Seriously, we
have my
need to remember
own
this.
Because like a lot of them just either assume their kids aren't accessing bad things, or they just don't know.
But 90% of parents agree with the ban. Does that indicate that it's actually a good policy, or you don't think there's any child parenting?
How very convenient, by the way. I'm not even making this up. I'm watching this now and it's got 666 likes. It's really fucked. But isn't that just absolutely like apropos of it? You're going down far ahead. Oh, it's got like in Chinese music. Hey, firehead. Hey, firehead. Hey, firehead. No! Hey, firehead. Bite the ball. Whoa. Take that. Whoa. I'm trying to get out. Take that, fireman. Take that, fireman. He's not.
Boss, this is the end of the Cobras. You've got to live on. You're the only one left. I'm off. Join the sun.
I can't like be angry. He is actually quite hard to get the tranquilizer on.
Behold, the flames of fury. The fires of hell will purge me clean.
He's probably he is cool as fuck.
Mission control, do you read me?
Like, I don't even know like what outfit that is. It looks so cool. He's like wearing like some kind of I love it. So cool.
I'm coming home.
My planet needs me.
I see the earth.
I mean, where did he die? Which part did he die? This is my impulsive thinking. World War Africa! World War India! India? Say, not only did he fucking die, but after he died, he had some fucking weird, like, power came out. What do you mean? This is gonna sound weird. It was like two flaming heads, right? They were two flaming heads, and they seemed to be like sentient. Okay. You said that rock that came down? Did that hit you? No, no. Honestly, this happened. Right. And anyway, yeah, they were like spiraling around, and one of them hit the door that was locked. Right. Conveniently, just blew the fuck out the door. Okay. And then the second one, made like a beat. It like flew. It was like whoosh in the air, and then it came towards me, and it went the fury. And it was his voice, and like ethereally like echoed out. So, and what did you do? Oh, I rolled in the door, luckily, and then he hit the frame of the door, and like, loads of rocks fell down, so I couldn't go through the door again. And like they would say that, and like the paramedic and like, the colonel just like, look at each other, Zero just look at each other, and just like circle like that needs medical attention, like just get a CAT scan or something, like some kind of brain scan. It's like, oh, that okay, yeah, okay, Snake.
I think that I think, for example, when I was
So tell me again. So the fear was who? Like I said, it's not that hard to understand. He was an ex uh, rocket pilot, and he was still wearing his like cosmonaut outfit, but he had some kind of experimental jetpack that did work, despite it only being like 1960. I can't remember actually what year it is. 68. Wait, no, I don't think. No, I don't think it is still like man hasn't gone on it. And he has a flamethrower. Um, he'd probably be fucking badass. I mean, this is the thing. Like, you got to think about these guys actually in World War II, how good they would have been. Yeah, the dude with a flamethrower, fucking sick. The end, he would have been sick. Oh, I didn't even get hurt. It's crazy. It's like I've used like barely any stamina compared to, I swear. How you remember Grosny Grandy?
growing up is quite nuanced, especially with my parents, because I had unsupervised internet access, and I don't think my parents are bad parents. I just think that they didn't know what was happening. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a bit more understandable because it's like, well, you didn't really know what to expect. Whereas now, I think there is enough education on the topic. You just gotta, do a little bit of research, and I think there's enough discourse about the dangers of social media to really make more like educated choices when it comes to like your kid and their phone.
I know Reform wanted to do or scrap the child, whatever it's called, the Online Safety Act, and create something called the Child Safety Act. Do you think that's
what's the difference? Like, what does he say?
These guys are the most soy people I've had. You can see like why they're like possible. So I mean, they're like weak as shit. So we need like strong dudes. These guys aren't like. If I mention War of Africa to these guys, they're like, oh my! They probably pissed themselves. Oh my! So you want to be just like Israel then and genocide the whole country? Yes. Yes, I do. In fact, yeah, if Israel can do it, why can't I? And also, do you think Africa wouldn't do it to us if they could? This is the other thing you gotta think about. You've gotta think about that. They'd absolutely fuck us if they could. I've heard them chant they want to kill us. Let's call this shit. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Ah!
No, wait. Huh? Who was that?
Should have done that. Oh well. Balls. Oh, sick. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo.
I want to use Ofcom as a regulator. They want to put like more legal barriers in place, and they don't want to affect people that are older. So I think it's more like preserving free speech. I
Okay.
think that's something you would subscribe to.
I think that's something you would subscribe to, KJ? Why did you say it like that? Say it like what?
Older.
They look like massive nerds. Like, this is what I mean. Like, who's gonna listen to these guys? Oh 0800 00 1066.
Freeze. No, wait. What's wrong?
Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Doo. Don't shoot me, please. Now you're gonna get it. Dang.
Freeze.
Don't shoot me, please!
Don't shoot me, please.
Who was that?
Oh, my belly.
Pretty tasty. Nobody here.
Something there is wrong.
Huh? Who was that?
So I think it's more like preserving free speech.
Okay.
I think that's something you would subscribe to.
I guess I don't really know what that looks like in practice. You know, I would have to see what. Well, it's the same with the online state. It's like we don't know what this looks like because it's never been done.
Yeah.
So I'd have to. I don't really know. I'd have to like see what that actually looks like before saying.
So no, no agreement with Nigel Farage yet.
Well, look, you know, if it genuinely worked out, then I'd be like fair play. But I just don't. I would like to see first, you know.
Yeah.
And plus, I think they could do, forgetting the social media ban and whether it's a good idea or not, they should be, I guess, investing more in spaces for young people. I mean, I specifically thought with this, taking social media away from children full stop, when you've got children who use social media a lot of the time for kind of social connection or to see other people like themselves, you know, like marginalized children, for example. I just think, like, although I grew up with being online and with there was no limits to anything that I saw, that
OnlyFans, the new movie. OnlyFans, the new movie. Catch it. For it. Catch it who? These like pansies, bro. Just look wearing like fucking like.
Were positives to it. Like when I was younger, I used to run an account for my guinea pigs. Right? When Instagram first started, I had a guinea pig account where I would put pictures of my guinea pigs on there, and like I actually made like quite a lot of friends through that.
Really?
And
Just community.
yeah, exactly. And because when I was at school, like I didn't really have, you know, that many friends. It was that was nice for me. I don't really know what I would have done without that. And again, you could say, well, that's not how it should be. We should have children socializing, but you have to give kids avenues to do that. Whether it's like youth, I mean, are youth clubs even a thing anymore? I don't know.
I really don't think so. Well,
so what are they going to do? And then you'll have the older generation complaining that children are loitering in town and littering and, you know, just being a general nuisance. It's just going to cause issues in other areas. It's not fully solving the problem.
But how bad do you think the current porn industry is? Guinea pigs are
This is obviously a massive, massive topic, but I think it's a really big problem with very little conversation. And the more I've done content talking about porn, the more I've noticed there is a division in people who claim to care about the subject. And it's very much, there'll be people who say that they care about how porn is affecting people, but then it's from a very misogynistic standpoint. And even in my own comments, sometimes I have to remind people, like,
OnlyFans, the new movie. OnlyFans, the new movie.
Sir.
I was just checking the inventory. I love home. Catch the new OnlyFans movie. If I go out the rest of the game, does everyone like love me? I love OnlyFans.
You know, it's fine to critique porn and OnlyFans, but when you've got these people coming in my comment sections being like, yeah, a bunch of slags, and it's like, guys, come on, this isn't helpful. So I think, like, we're slowly becoming a little bit more anti-porn, but sometimes I don't really think it's for the right reasons. I think it's from a very kind of purist standpoint, which people often say that's where I'm coming from, which is like I'm wanting to like reintroduce conservative values, which is obviously not my like opinion on porn. But I think it's a massive problem
Really
with
tasty.
very little, I guess, care. No one's really bothered about it. So I think it's one of those topics where it's really difficult to tackle because where do you start?
Let's just clarify for like people listening. So, what is the fundamental issue with porn? Because not everyone might be like, "Oh, this is a massive issue with this." That's
I think
quite apparent.
the thing I always start with.
Here it is.
You can count on me. What about the philosopher's legacy?
I don't know anything about that. What are you? Are you trying to kill me?
What's the matter?
I know nothing, I swear it. No one but the Colonel knows of the legacy.
I see.
Don't. Oh.
Aren't women evil? That's why we need to treat them like that. They're evil. Evil creatures.
Who's there? You're the man from the CIA. What are you doing here?
I told you before, didn't I? I'm going to get you out of here.
A man of honor, just like your commander. But I'm afraid you're too late.
Too late. Don't tell me. The Shagohods.
Exactly. The final preparations for Phase 2 are complete.
Sokolov, what exactly is Phase 2?
To put it in technical terms, it's a composite range extension system for medium-range ballistic missiles. The Shagohod was originally designed as a tank that could launch nuclear missiles from any type of terrain. There was just one problem we couldn't figure out how to solve. The ICBMs we have today are simply too...
It's insane. You got this is in like 1965. So this is insane technology.
They demanded a weapon that could launch a nuclear missile directly into the American homeland. That is when I came up with the idea for Phase 2.
But there's no way you could load an ICBM onto the Shagohod. So how'd you do it?
By accelerating the Shagohod itself.
Accelerating it?
In Phase 2, a rocket booster unit is attached to the frame of the Shagohod. The unit incorporates the same technology used in the Vostok rocket that sent Major Gagarin into space. Using this booster, the Shagohod can achieve a land speed of over 300 miles per hour.
That monster can go more than 300 miles per hour.
Yes. And from this state of accelerated motion, it launches a nuclear missile.
So,
Jesus Christ.
Shagohod acts like the first stage of a rocket.
Yes, precisely. The range of the missile launched by the Shagohod thus increases from 2,500
Oh my God.
to 6,000 miles.
6,000 miles.
Hit the US.
To strike anywhere in the United States.
Not only that, with the Shagohod, there's no need to construct giant silos like the ones used to house ICBMs. All you need is a runway about 3 miles in length, or its equivalent. And you can launch a thermonuclear strike against any location in the United States from anywhere in the Soviet Union. It cannot be detected by spy planes or satellites. It's a mobile fortress, capable of deploying in secret and launching its payload at any time.
A weapon from hell.
We need to make more of those. We need to make more of
A
these.
completed prototype now sits in the hangar. At present, it is the only one of its kind. But Volgin is planning to mass produce them based on that prototype.
That's what we'll do. This is
All
exactly.
over the Soviet Union.
Yes.
Yes, and that's not the end of it.
Yes.
He's going to ship them to Eastern Europe, to Asia, to all the countries of the Eastern Bloc. Even worse, he intends to use the Shagohod as bait to foment armed uprisings among dictators, ethnic insurgents, and revolutionary groups throughout the Third World. His funds are nearly limitless. He could start
Jews.
production tomorrow.
It's Jews. It's why internationalists. It's why internationalists.
East and West have settled into a cold war is because each side fears the other's power. Deterrence. The idea of using threats to keep one's enemy in check is the perfect word to sum up this state of affairs. But the Shagohod goes far beyond the level of threat. It will render the concept of deterrence utterly meaningless. If such a weapon is unleashed on the world, it will not be long before all nations are engulfed in conflict.
Pretty damn cool.
The Cold War will end, and the entire
Fight like a
world will be
man,
consumed by
Volga.
the fires of war. Volgin and the Shagohod will be at the center of it all. So you see to me.
We've still got a chance.
Excuse me?
All we have to do is destroy the prototype and the whole facility before they can mass produce it. But just tell me what I need to do to destroy this place.
All right. The liquid fuel used in the rocket engine is stored in a tank. If you can blow it up somehow. Some C3 ought to be enough to blow the entire hangar to smithereens.
C3? You mean that cutting-edge plastic explosive?
It can be molded into any shape. The bomb of the future.
Where can I get it?
There was some in the armory.
Amazing stuff, C3, C4.
It was here a minute ago.
I think I learned about it. It's like, it's basically like, it can only be destroyed with like an electrical signal or something like that. So I think you can even like set it on fire, I think. It doesn't even go
I
blow
thought
up.
she was your lover.
It's really incredible stuff.
Mine? Oh no, she is Volgin's lover. This is my lover.
Who are they?
My wife and daughter. They're in America.
She looks so attractive.
Now I remember. Your family is in the custody of the CIA. How long has Tatiana been here?
Only a few weeks.
A few days before the Virtuous mission, then.
She said that Khrushchev sent her
What did you just give her?
all of the experimental data for the Shagohod. Please, it is essential that you destroy the Shagohod.
I will, but first I've got to get you to safety.
That sounds like a massive oversight.
No, I'm not going.
My mission is to rescue you.
Leave me.
Sokolov!
Khrushchev has abandoned me. I cannot return to my country. I would most certainly be sent to the gulags.
What about the US?
Yes, I once thought of that. My family's waiting for me there. But even if I fled to the United States, I would once again find myself creating weapons of mass murder.
144.75.
I am still a weapons scientist.
144.75.
To be honest with you, I'm tired.
144.75.
Every day I help create things that should never be used. Things that should never have existed in the first place. Every day, without sleep. Without a word of praise from others. And my creations do not even benefit mankind. the tools of
Oh, come
politicians.
off it, dude. Whatever, man.
All I wanted to do was build space rockets. But it was not to be. The space race between America and Russia became the prey of politicians. The space race and the arms race are one and the same. Missiles, rockets, what's the difference? Scientists are always being used. Please, watch over my family.
How unlucky, right?
Major, what are you doing here? I've been waiting for you in my room. Who are you? Don't play dumb with me. If you think you can fool me, you're sorely mistaken. I know the Major better than anyone else. I come here looking for Tatiana, and what should I find? But a greasy freebooter.
Oh.
What is this fairy disguise? It's gonna rub off on you. And then you'll lose sight of who you really are. Stay out of this!
Circle of Death.
I see why they call you the boss. What was that? Some kind of judo?
No, it's called CQC, a basic form of close quarters combat. He and I developed it together.
Splendid. I'll take it from here.
Are you going to kill him?
Of course. But first, I will make him pay for hurting Ivan.
Come on, Snake. Oh, fucked up. This is what's like being Wyatt in 2022. Dudes like to take that shit out, fuck. Don't ruin Morgan. The Circle of is just dead, is he? Circle is just dead. Poor Circle. Dude, Circle though. Oh, no,
Tell me!
Stop it!
Oh, he's
Who
not
have you
dead.
been talking to?
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
You'd better start talking.
Please, stop this!
Who is Khrushchev's lapdog?
I love
Don't
OnlyFans.
do this to him.
I know you gave the data to someone.
Never do it
You!
like that. You monster.
I guess he's dead.
This face is definitely OnlyFans.
Is the fact that the average age that people are accessing it is about 11 and a half years old. And when you think of that and then you think of the sex education we have in school,
Now then,
the sex ed we have in school is very, very limited, and many children are getting their sex ed from pornography.
but
I think
first,
with
let's take
the
a look at
themes
your
that are in
body,
porn, I know I'm
shall
saying
we?
porn loads, so I apologise if I'm going to get you demonetized.
You've
But
certainly seen your share of battles. Consider yourself lucky. To show you what hell is really like. Well then, let's get started. What is your target?
Ooh.
Is it the Shagohod? Or Sokolov? Or maybe it's the Legacy? Answer me! Who is helping you? Who let you in here? You're a tough one, but even you must have your limits. And I am a patient man. Here's where the fun really begins. My body carries an electric charge of 10 million volts.
10 billion
Let's
votes.
see how you like this. Now answer me. How much does the CIA know? They're after my legacy, aren't they? Your real target is the philosopher's legacy, isn't it? Yes, yes. Let yourself go. That's what I want to see.
It's no use. He's not going to talk. He's been trained not to break. Trained by me.
Admit it! We're after the location of the legacy! The secret fund established by the three great powers during the 2 world wars. That's what you're looking for.
Everyone knows this.
isn't
The
it?
Rothschilds, the Justeins, and Weinberg.
$100 billion. Divided up and hidden all over the world. And you're looking for a record of where all that money is hidden, right? No matter. The Philosopher's legacy is safely in my possession. In the underground vault of Groznyka.
Thanks for telling me that. I'll hear that. And hear that.
You'll never lay a finger on it.
Take this! Ooh. That's me when it white in 2024. What is this?
What's this?
A transmitter.
A transmitter. Who's responsible for this?
I am. I planted it on him to keep track of his movements.
Why?
So the Cobras could ambush him.
If they knew where he was gonna be, they wouldn't have gotten themselves slaughtered. It pains me to do this, boss, but under the circumstances, I'm afraid I must ask you to show me some proof that you and he were not in collusion.
You don't trust me, is that it?
Not that, but he is your apprentice.
What do you want me to do?
Let's see.
Just cause I was out.
Cut out his eyes.
Nothing hard. I don't think I'll just do that out of I just wouldn't want to do that. I don't think I'd ever want to do that.
You made him alone, and now you will unmake him. Yes, it'll make for a touching display. He's all yours. Right. Ruin him, just as he did the Cobras.
Yes. So you gotta watch it.
Stop!
What is it, Tanya?
He's suffered enough.
Well, well. Why are you protecting him? That smell. Tatiana, you're the spy.
What are you talking about?
I know that smell.
Stop it!
Taking a fancy tour, eh, Ocelot?
No, I have no interest in this woman. I want to test her. I'll let this be the judge.
Do as you like.
It was just okay with it. Morgan's just in a room of blood. It's just like, oh, this is fun. Can I just say about it, that's the most, like, fucking retarded way I've ever seen anyone get blinded. It's just, even, like, me, when I remember seeing that, it's like, a kid. I was just like, that's so retarded. Like, I'd have almost preferred it if he did get his eye cut out by the boss to actually be honest with you. Because maybe that could have just been, like, a truly, well, maybe not. It's just like, how did he lose his eye? He gets like shot. He gets basically. I don't really know what the explanation is. Really, did he get shot in the eye? How? How does that even happen, dude? What does that even mean? He like gets shot. Like I always thought it was like the muzzle flare of the bullet. Like, what does that mean? How do you like lose an eye if you get shot?
There. Satisfied now?
Well, that was refreshing. Come, we're going to my room.
So you survived the Colonel's torture, eh? Watching this has made me realize something.
Torture is the ultimate form of expression.
It's really not that bad. It's the ultimate form of expression.
Die! I'll kill ya! I'll kill ya!
You got lucky this time, Tatiana.
One fool?
Run!
Run! Run!
I've prepared an escape route for us. Go out and head west. Pass underneath the connecting passageway and go north. You'll find an open manhole there.
You're...
Quiet!
I can't believe it. I don't... It's actually insane. How does he not know? How did he not know?
Go through the manhole down into the sewers. The door at the north...
Actually mental. I didn't know it was
You
evil.
can use it to get outside the fortress.
Like, I'm not even trying to be like... I knew immediately. There was no surprise. And I don't think it is a surprise. How is it even a surprise? How is it even a surprise? Because there was like a couple of times where he met with her and he was like, "Wait, what are you doing?" He's, "Oh, I gotta go back. Volgan," like so close. Oh, Volgan expects me back or something. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that. Somehow it's just like he's like, "Are you Eva?" It's like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? It's the same. It's the same as like when he goes in the he's in the plane and you do the duel with Ocelot. He's like, "What's your real name?" It's Adam. He doesn't click on. I would have immediately been like, "Wait, you're the name of the guy who was supposed to meet me," and then I'd be like, "Who are you then, Eva?"
Catch your equipment. We'll meet up later.
Eva.
But I can't get too close to your cell. You'll have to find a way out yourself. I'll be in touch.
Yeah, why would they let me keep the gun? Why would they let me keep the gun?
Ready to save, Snake? Snake? Snake?
My mouth hurts when I talk.
Did you get cut up?
It feels like someone shoved me under a lawnmower. Do me a favor. Tell me a story to take my mind off the pain.
Snake, have you ever heard of Renfield?
Is that a movie?
It's the name of a character. He's locked up in a cell waiting for the master to return, eating the spiders that crawl along the walls.
Change the channel.
He waits and waits for ages. Finally, just as he's beginning to forget whether he's human or not, the master comes for him, saying the time has come. Renfield is overjoyed.
Wait, isn't this?
The master spreads his huge wings and a gust of wind fills the cell.
Come on, I don't want to hear this.
And there, standing before Renfield in human form was...
Dracula.
Exactly! If you stay there too long, your old buddy Dracula's going to come and get you too. So you better start thinking of a way out of there. You better not leave me without someone to talk to. Please, Snake, think. There's got to be a way out of there.
I'll try.
Okay. Just let me know if you start having nightmares about Dracula.
Oh yeah. Right, go put some foods on. it's like
So far, so good.
this guy's like this is the problem of our youth. This is the sort of problem of our youth, right? It's like this guy's smart. He is very smart. It's just what he's talking about is bullshit. This is what I'm saying to you. It's like because our youth have got no direction, they just end up doing these really autistic things. So it's like they kind of like they like do speed running, and it's like when you actually like understand like the technical side of the speed running, you might as well be doing like quantum science, but it's like they're not. 'Cause there's no point. No one's funding it because the Jews don't want that. Just give them a job like that. They're obviously like hyper analytic. But no, it's just sour Alex all my fucking iDubbbz.
I like the mission you made here.
Oh yeah.
That would be a problem for him, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not, right? That'd be pretty wild if I was just like, now I'm adding this to the complaint.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck them.
Imagine I was like the most.
Remember, I'm playing Metal Gear Solid. I'm not playing for it. Tell me, bro. Fuck them. You wanna go, son? What the fuck is that supposed to be? Hell yeah. Oh, you really did not want to do that. The clock doth toll. Dude, I ain't gonna kill you, man. Ooh. Wow. Whoa. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Do, do, do. You want some shit, motherfucker? Yeah, eat my asshole. I've got fucking all day, Africa. You think I'm scared of you, Africa? Imagine like, yeah, going for all that. That's a dream, you know.
Rotten.
Give me so much of this shitty shit.
I'm gonna puke.
I love really fast.
Time to eat. I've had enough. Sick. Ugh, it's rotten.
Ready to save, Snake? Take care, Snake.
Right.
Did you manage to escape?
Yeah, I'm out.
Be careful. In your present state, you're practically naked. You don't have a single decent weapon, and you'll never survive in a battle. Take some time and pull yourself together. Eva says she's recovered your equipment, so rendezvous with her as soon as possible to get your gear back. Use the escape route Eva set up for you. Go down into the sewers through the manhole in the northwest section of Groznygrad. Start out by exiting the holding cells and heading northwest.
Bastard! I'm Eve. Sick. Sick. Rotten.
wonder if I can stick this guy up. Probably not.
Part of the puzzle.
Leave me alone!
Hmm? Why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to me? The door is open, so shoots me. Died.
Sick.
Time to leave. What's that fucking word? Please can I eat the rat? Please. Oops.
So whatever. Like, he knows he's playing bullshit. You literally see it in his face. It's so crazy. I need these innocent tweets, but not on Imager because that's illegal in my country. So, Stephen A. Sarge here saying he would be covering Ethan Klein. However, Ethan is so litigious, he's staying away from it. So just some evidence that this does work as a chilling effect, in case there's any fat, stupid Italians trying to tell you otherwise. Retarded ones telling you otherwise. Saying some shit like, oh, what's this chill? It's just chilling calling people pedophiles. It's just chilling calling everyone pedophiles.
Beans and rice.
No, it's not.
Oops.
No, Theoria forgave Asarch. They forgave each other on a Chud stream one time. Do you ever under another Moist video? We're praying. We're praying. 1 second. Okay. Ethan Klein claims not dropping the lawsuit is not technical bullshit. And negotiating settlement, he didn't drop it. He wanted more different things. I mean, that's what I said.
I don't want
It's
to kill
cost
him.
money because he didn't
I don't want to kill anyone. I can't kill anyone. No. I can't. I refuse to kill him. Killing is what the bad dudes guys do. Thank you. Funny if I did it in the garden, it would.
What's going on?
I'd never used Death Row before. How's that even possible?
You've been putting me on!
it qualified as an apology. He obviously didn't have any remorse. I'm convinced Pegasus has no ability to judge someone's character accurately. I feel like they are not able to step into someone's shoes and evaluate how they think and how they act. This is well within Idubbb's character to soy out and apologize. And one of the biggest memes about Idubbs is that he learned empathy at 30 years old. And mind you, that's a joke that Pegasus will say often too. But it's pretty clear Idubbs, who took a massive hit in changed his content style because he was empathizing with either the content creators that he was exposing or the communities he felt he was hurting by saying slurs. You can call it gay, you can say that you don't like what Idubbs did, you missed the old Idubbs, you wish he was, content copping again. But ultimately, he took a massive financial and reputational hit by completely soying out, by completely switching his politics, by completely pulling away from the edgy content. So I don't know, when I hear Pegasus essentially describe this apology as cynical, I don't think there's very much that is cynical about a guy like Idubbs. He seems to be, whether you like him or not, a relatively genuine person. A video on his channel, and not gonna lie, it was pretty bad. It was pretty backhanded. He called Ethan this massive bully, and he obviously didn't really have any remorse, but of course it qualified as an apology.
I did display the very disgusting comment for 40 minutes, and it was wrong. This guy's a fucking bully.
So then Ethan commented under his video that he's officially dropping the lawsuit. Right, so that brings us to today. Plot twist, apparently, Ethan has not actually dropped the lawsuit yet. So is that a plot twist? Sure. Is it also lying? Let's see what he has to say. At Holy Cinema. So Idubbs talked about it on stream. Reveals that Ethan Klein lied and never actually dropped his lawsuit.
I love it. Actually, he's like,
plot twist?
why does no one ever talk about me in the SpongeBob memes? It's so retarded.
Sure. Is it also lying? Let's see what he has to say. At Holy Cinema. So Idubbs talked about it on stream. Reveals that Ethan Klein lied and never actually dropped his lawsuit.
Yes, I do have important news.
My estimation here is that Pegasus is going to completely avoid morally loading whether or not lying is bad when Ethan Klein does it. That's what I think is going to happen here. When it's Hassan Piker, lying is OP. Let's repeat the same fucking clip he's been playing for a year.
I'm going to try to be as candid about this as possible. I have my points written down in front of me. So here is the news. Here's the important news. Number one, Ethan Klein has not dropped the lawsuit. Number two, we've been actively dealing with it for the past couple of months. Number three, I'm bringing it up now because now we have court dates, basically. And so, it's becoming a lot more real. I'm not particularly surprised, but I am disappointed. There really isn't much else I can say about the matter right now because, it's legal. It's legal, so, we're going to keep pushing on. That doesn't change anything here. Okay, that's enough of the clip. Let's jump ahead here. Pegasus plays the whole fucking clip. He's so lazy, bro. Glad that regardless of whether the lawsuit is going through or not, we will not be robbed of the much anticipated Idubb streams. I'm sure that everybody was actually most concerned about that. And I gotta say that is probably the greatest tragedy here. Lawsuit or not, Idubbs is still fucking streaming. Do the world a favor, pal, and fucking retire. Or at least go back to that British dragon.
Yeah.
At least that was, somewhat funny to laugh at. Anyway, so this is very interesting news. The fact that Ethan has not dropped the lawsuit yet. The fact that Idubb still has court dates coming up is actually crazy. I don't really know why he would say that he would drop it and not follow through. That just sort of doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sure Ethan will be That's all. That just doesn't make sense to you. Okay. While we're on the subject of lying, and for some reason Pegasus avoiding morally loading whether or not what H3 is doing, lying about dropping a lawsuit is a good thing or a bad thing, or at least clowning H3 for not being a man of his word. Obviously, when Hassan does it, it's a terrible thing. He's always saying lying is OP, which I need to speak about because Pegasus has completely lied about the context of that clip. Now, I had never looked into that clip because, frankly, I don't care that much. But recently, I did see a clip of Hassan explaining that clip is completely out of context. I was like, okay, well, I'm not just going to take Hassan's word for it. So I found the context. This is where this clip comes from. Hassan's speech at University of British Columbia in Vancouver. Okay? Now let's watch how Pegasus kind of uses the lying is OP clip. Spokesperson But not a liar. No, actually, we explicitly call you a liar. In fact, a pathological liar. Mr. Lying is OP.
Lying is OP, as I say all the time.
But he thinks lying is OP, as I say all the time. Mr. Pathological Liar, Mr. Lying is OP. And as you see, you only get like a 5-second clip of him saying lying is OP, as I always say. If we actually go into the clip, Pegasus, for the better part of a year, has been completely draining this clip, using it all the time to paint Hassan as some sort of liar, which, in fairness, I'm not going to act like Hassan never lies. I'm certain that Hassan has lied at one point in his life, and I'm certain that he's lied on his stream. But to dishonestly clip something that someone has said and then essentially refer to them as Mr. Lying is OP, I mean, it kind of takes the bite out of calling someone a liar if you're lying about why they're a liar. So let's watch the clip here. The clip has a complete inverse meaning. The line of this clip, which has been used to paint Hassan as a liar, okay, Mr. Lying is OP, has been deceptively clipped in order to make it seem like he was saying something that he wasn't. But I mean, I don't know. Just look at this guy. Does this seem like a truthful, honorable guy to you, okay? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. What kind of gross freak exclusively wears tank tops in his YouTube videos? Responding and clearing this up, but one theory people...
Yeah, I hate him. I hate more Pegasus. He's an ugly little brown cunt. I don't want to look at his face. He's ugly as shit. Just I'll say what everyone wants to say. What everyone wants to say is he's an ugly piece of shit. No one cares he's rich. Like, he's never gonna fuck any, like, even any women he fucks are only gonna love him because of his money. I'm telling you this. He might be able to have sex with women, but not in the same... It would be exactly the same way it's basically as prostitution. So what's the point? What's his existence? What's the best he's ever gonna do? The best he's ever gonna do is make shitty videos like this, which have got no... It's nothing. It's just nothing. It's a nothing. It's just a nothing show. It's talking about someone who's famous artificially, and then he's just like, you fucking idiot. How are you gonna get out now? How? How did he know? I've had enough.
Diabolical, but I don't think that's actually the case. Now, I think the most surprising thing here is that iDub still has 400 subs. 400 Denny's patrons. Now, don't get me wrong, that's still, like, completely below minimum wage. I don't know if that's, like, $1,000 a month or whatever. But don't worry, guys, he's trying his best. He only has 6.9 million subscribers. You don't understand, he's an up-and-coming creator.
It's all about numbers for Pegasus. It's all the Indians know.
Guys, maybe this will give him the boost he needs to be relevant again. People responded, Jarvis. It's so funny, man. Like, it's actually so funny how clout hungry. Listen, I think that there is a real thing where you should probably focus on trying to be successful if you want to get your opinions out there and you want to... Like, iDubbbz is somebody who seems like he wanted to effect real change on how his audience perceived him or how he was perceived generally. And rather than trying to shift his audience over time through more, I don't know, left-leaning, I guess, perspective. But instead, like a dumbass, he, like, disowns his fans, says, I can't believe you guys liked my edgy content, fuck you basement-dwelling freaks. On the one hand, it's very clearly genuine because you're clearly doing that with, like, no financial incentive. The financial incentive is to continue doing the content you were already doing. But if you were trying to affect positive change, I mean, obviously doing that, becoming, like, the figurehead of, like, go woke, go broke. Also, on top of that, being, like, universally seen as, like, a OnlyFans simp. Like, as much as I would say that, like, Pegasus is a very clout-hungry, clout-driven type of person, Pegasus probably makes more money than iDubbbz and probably has more influence right now than iDubbbz does. I think that's a terrible, unfortunate thing for society, but that's what happens when you completely abandon content strategy and hyper-fixate on trying to change the outlook of your audience. Anyway, dumb iDubbbz career tangent out of the way. Sword fight controversial.
check it a little. I literally don't follow all of this or just follow them in general, but I think there was a time him and Ethan were eating dumpster chicken together in peace. Yeah, that was a different time. It was before the Fire Nation attacked, before the...
Okay, man, let's just jump ahead. Do we have anything interesting that's going to be said here? Alright, let's see what he has to say here.
Is in chaos. The Hassan Goon Squad has instantly jumped on this.
Hassan Goon Squad.
YouTube creator Idubs reveals that Ethan lied about dropping his lawsuit. Ethan previously confirmed he would drop the lawsuit after receiving...
I will say it's an interesting thing. Obviously, there are actual Hassan orbiters, but it does feel like even people that don't really associate with Hassan just seem to not hate on him as much as other content creators, or even agree with him on certain subjects. But it seems like these people, including myself, get painted with like this brush of like, this guy's a Hassan orbiter, this guy's a Hassan orbiter, and it's so clearly like, you know that your audience hates Hassan, so if you just point out somebody being a Hassan orbiter, you've now completely negatively loaded your audience's interaction with that person. Unlike us, okay? Us, alright? Yes, do we have beef with H3, Ethan Klein, and the H3 podcast? Yes, okay? Have I talked shit about some of the crewmates? Of course. Of course, 'cause some of them they deserve it. You guys know where I'm going. Tamara, okay? We here at the Sleepy channel, okay, we love Tamara, we support Tamara, and that's the thing. This is what people don't understand, okay? Some people, they think that you have to be 100% in lockstep to agree with someone. This isn't the case. And it's not even just about agreeing with someone, it's about being, like, cordial or normal about someone, or giving somebody their ability to give their opinion without tainting it with, oh, this is like an H3 person, or, oh, this person's super pro H3. Like, this guy, anytime there's somebody that gives an opinion that he feels is a little too left or a little too pro Hassan or whatever the fuck, this guy's a Hassan orbiter, this guy's a Hassan head. Like, genuinely, Pegasus's brain works in, like, two binaries. There's, like, a political binary and then a drama binary. The political binary is like Asmongold or Hassan, and then the drama binary is like Hassan or H3. Like those are your options, and you pick one and you stick to it, and you are not able to escape. Okay, there's no spectrum. There's no, people agree on certain things and disagree with other things. Like Pegasus does this, but Destiny does it the most. I think Destiny will be like, it's crazy. Anyone who's ever had a positive thing to say about Hassan, they all seem to believe he didn't shock his dog, and it's like, bro, everybody knows you shocked his fucking dog, okay? It's very clear. It also happened, like, almost a year ago, and most normal people don't care. Most normal people move on. Now, if he killed his dog, okay, then we have a conversation, okay? Then we can talk about stuff. And listen, the only political streamer I'm aware of that's had a history of dead dogs in their family, okay? It's not Hassan.
Significant backlash online and an apology from Idubs. Turns out he lied about this and just wanted Idubs to make an apology video for nothing. And this is the comment of him saying he'll drop it. Y'all,
are you gonna comment on that? You're just gonna avoid that? You're gonna read it. You won't say anything.
Y'all are regarded if you think this is true. Either Ethan is confused or it takes him time to process Ethan dropping the suit. This is obvious bait bullshit being recycled by an obsessed Hassan fan page. Ethan will clear this up like everything else. Yes, the Israeli ceasefire method. This is, okay, that's actually crazy, dude. These people will...
How is that crazy? How is that crazy? How is that? That's a valid comparison. That's such a good comparison. How are you getting offended? Bro, I know you live in Singapore, but dog, that is the most Indian reaction you could have had to an Israeli fucking... This motherfucker cannot stand the Israel snark.
Yes, the Israeli ceasefire method. This is... Okay, that's actually crazy, dude. These people will always make it about some war in the Middle East, bro. His ego...
Bro, it's a comparison! Holy fuck! It's a comparison! And why be so naive? You know that these lawsuits have so much to do with his reputation being tarnished as a Zionist. Like, what was the Noah Samson lawsuit about? Like, Pegasus, you reported on this. What was the Noah Samson lawsuit about? What was the content nuke about? What was the Hassan versus H3 conflict about? What has this all been about? Oh, they love to make it about the Middle East. Buddy, the whole fucking drama the last, 2 years has been about the Middle East. And extrapolating further, I know that Pegasus loves to talk shit about people with low viewers and not making enough money, okay? Oh, he can barely pay rent. So maybe he's too elitist to understand this. But most normal fucking people aren't exactly fond with the war with Iran that is driving up everybody's fuel costs. Whether or not you care about a group of people being genocided, everyday people are being affected by the conflicts in the Middle East. The idea that you think it's crazy to make things about the Middle East, it just shows how either how privileged you are financially to not have to feel the effects of it, how ignorant you are, or likely how deceptive you are. I imagine you probably have a decent idea of what people think and why they think it. I mean, I have a hard time considering how many fucking clips you have to watch of Hassan. Like, genuinely. Nobody watches more Hassan content than Pegasus. I have a hard time believing you're not cognizant of what's going on, right? So I think that you just deceptively frame everything, like the lying is OP clip, because you know what your audience responds well to. You know what they like. And so you put out this message of, they always make things about the Middle East. Your audience might like it, but you sound like a fucking dumbass. And frankly, willfully ignorant. You're doing this on purpose. You know why people would bring this up. Like, it gives the same vibes as, like, when Donald Trump was like, why is everybody talking about this Epstein guy? Aren't we over this?
He goes hurt with the Denims lawsuit, and now he's lashing out even more in iDubbbz. At Moist Critical,
he had nothing to say about that, eh? Let's move on.
He lied so that...
Like, it's so awesome to see, like, when he makes a comment, like, oh, they always make it about the Middle East. And then when he reads a comment that's like, you can't really defend, you can't really make a comment about, it's like, alright, moving on.
That you won't criticize him more. That's crazy. Imagine being that much of a crybaby bitch that you try to...
Crybaby bitch. When you call for a commentary channel to do some commentary, you are a crybaby bitch. First off, little bro, don't you...
That you won't criticize him more. That's crazy. Imagine being that much of a crybaby bitch that you try to...
Crybaby bitch. When you call for a commentary channel to do some commentary, you are a crybaby bitch. First off, little bro, don't you literally have this guy's fucking plushie in your background? Like, what's the issue? You don't want this guy talking about the situation anymore? What's the issue? You scared? You scared because this guy has a completely different opinion to you? This guy is actually standing on principle, and that maybe isn't good for you because you guys have somewhat overlapping audiences. So it kind of sucks when the guy who's way bigger kind of mocks you because he actually has principles and you don't. Like, you're calling it crybaby bitch for people to request a commentary channel, offer commentary. It's fucking awesome.
Try to add Charlie again and be...
Because he actually has principles.
Yeah, it's like Indians a game, man. I love India. I love India.
And you don't. This guy has a completely different opinion to you.
Criticize him more. That's crazy. Imagine being that much of a crybaby bitch that you try to...
Crybaby bitch. When you call for a commentary channel to do some commentary, you are a crybaby bitch. First off, little bro, don't you literally have this guy's fucking plushie in your background? Like, what's the issue?
Crybaby bitch.
You don't want this guy talking about the situation anymore? What's the issue? You scared? You scared because this guy has a completely different opinion to you? This guy is actually standing on principle, and that maybe isn't good for you because you guys have somewhat overlapping audiences. So it kind of sucks when the guy who's way bigger kind of mocks you because he actually has principles and you don't. Like,
Sorry.
you're calling it crybaby bitch for people to request a commentary channel, offer commentary. It's fucking awesome.
Try to add Charlie again and be like, please, you can please make another video on it, please. Bro, I think he learned from the first time that never to touch any bit of Hassan Orbiter drama with a 10-feet pole. He got so much...
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're preying on. That's what you're preying on. You know it's a bad look if he talks about this again. You just know, because it goes against all of the content that you've been making for a year. The other thing that's really interesting is, like, the reality is most content creators were very appreciative of what, Moist Critical had to say. And the only people that I can remember not having anything nice to say were, like, Mike from PA and, like, maybe random viewers, a couple of random viewers, but it wasn't like it was an overwhelming, voice online. But like most content creators who are, opposed to the H3 lawsuits, including myself, obviously, were very complimentary of Moist Critical coming in. And even though we felt he didn't go far enough, but there is an appreciation for someone coming in with that large of an audience and shining a spotlight on fucking bullshit. I mean, there's no other way to... described it. Like, the H3 lawsuit saga over the last year and a half has been nothing but just bullshit. Like, genuinely, this guy thought he could buy his reputation back. Like, that's what he thought he could do. He could go through the courts and say, look, guys, I proved all these people wrong, okay? I sued all of them and I won, okay? I'm not a Zionist, actually.
Much fucking backlash from that. Like, it wasn't even worth making that video. Can't wait for Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not the case. He kind of obviously felt mixed about it. You will emphasize the idea that it wasn't worth making that video because that's what's beneficial to you, right? Obviously, Ethan Klein kind of did the same thing, pushing, like, oh, our fans were totally cool, okay? We were chill. It was the Hassan fans that were going crazy. And obviously, I think it's kind of pussy that Critical came out in a video right after saying, oh, I shouldn't have done this, whatever, you know what I mean? Ultimately, I think it's cool that a guy with that platform was able to step out of his comfort zone and offer a take that was, frankly, really needed at the time and put a lot of public pressure on a guy like H3 to drop a bunch of lawsuits.
Earlier Moist to mobilize his audience against Ethan's rat frick ass. Yeah, of course you talk about mobilizing audiences, because that's what you guys do all the time. I don't think Charlie's ever fucking mobilized or brigaded anyone, to be honest. This is also cruel, says the biggest cry bullies on the internet. We got the Hassan...
The serfs? The serfs are like the biggest cry bullies on the internet? What? Is that real?
Glazer Clipper account, constantly thirsting after him, by the way. Okay, at what point are the courts going to hold constantly thirsting after him?
He's jealous. He's got no hose. He's got no hose thirsting after him. He's jealous.
By the way. Okay, at what point?
Holeless, ugly freak. Holeless, ugly freak. That's so brutal. That's so brutal. Oh, it's so over. It's so over. I'd be sad too.
Point are the courts going to hold Ethan Klein accountable for rampant abuse of the law? What the frick is this? At what point are the courts going to hold you accountable for dick riding so hard? This is incredible.
Okay.
I hope Ethan made this regard drop his guard just to lose it all. Anissa better call Jason Love to get some clout like Lena did. That's crazy. Comparing them to Adam22 and his wife is nuts. That number's nip.
Bro, what a fucking porn-brained... Like, how is that what you're responding to?
Hold you accountable for dick riding so hard. This is incredible.
Okay.
I hope Ethan made this regard drop his guard just to lose it all. Anissa better call Jason Love to get some clout like Lena did. That's crazy. Comparing them to Adam22 and his wife is nuts. That number's nip.
Bro, what a fucking porn-brained... Like, how is that?
I love all his ads.
And that had like one like. Like, what the fuck, bro? This guy's such a fucking clown.
Right, so it turns out Denims also responded. She took a break from gooning to me, I guess. Anyways.
Okay, I think that's enough, bro. I think that's enough. Ladies and gents, there's absolutely no one gooning to more Pegasus. But if you enjoyed my video and you want to see more like it, leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
And the year that the war was supposed to happen was 1964. In other words, this year.
Nice warning. Let's hope it stays just a movie.
And that's it.